75 repeat that code. Clear. Nico base. Ma'am, am I audible? இது சிஸ்டம் ரீஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணதான் வேலைக்கு ஆகும். மேம்க்கு இன்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணு மேம். Ma'am, we just need 5 minutes time because we have to restart the system. Yeah. Restart பண்ணு. Those are online. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Those are online. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Those who are online, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 1 minute. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Listen. So yesterday we started with this concept, no? So we started with the concept of increasing and decreasing function. So I gave you two definitions for it. What are they? The first one, when you look at the value of x1 and x2 and the corresponding y1 and y2, if x1 is less than x2, right? If x1 is less than x2, whereas f of x1 is less than or equal to f of x2, you call it as increasing. If f of x1 is strictly less than f of x2, you call it as strictly increasing. Similarly, if you take x1 less than x2, and if f of x1 is greater than or equal to f of x2, you call it as decreasing. And f of x1 is greater than f of x2, you call it as strictly decreasing. Based on that, we saw the graphs also, right? But since we need to connect the concept of derivatives to this chapter to understand better, how is derivatives going to help us to find whether it is an increasing or decreasing function? So we know that we differentiate a function to find the slope, right? But what is slope according to mathematics? It is tan theta. So depending on whether theta is going to be acute or obtuse, we can say whether the slope is going to be positive or negative. When the value of theta is acute, the slope is going to be positive, and it is obtuse, it is going to be negative. That's the logic, right? So when can we say that the function is increasing? When dy by dx is greater than or equal to 0. Whereas when dy by dx is strictly greater than 0, you call it as strictly increasing. Similarly, when dy by dx is less than or equal to 0, you call it as decreasing. Whereas dy by dx is strictly less than 0, you call it as strictly decreasing, right? Then you have the other type, which is called as neither increasing nor decreasing, right? So yes. So based on this, I'll show you an example of how to solve this. Okay. So 1 minute, I'll close the door and come. என்னாச்சுப்பா ரொம்ப நேரமா சரி என்ன பண்ணணும் கிளாஸ் ஆரம்பிக்க 4:30 இருக்கு மைக் பரவாயில்ல அப்புறம் வந்து கனெக்ட் பண்ணிடுறேன்
Recording in progress.
என்னாச்சு வரும்
Recording in progress.
I think there is an issue. Not audible. Huh? Okay. Not sure what is it. It worked actually. Professor? Sorry, there's some technical issues. Okay. Goes. The mic. Is a yeah, press one off down. Red color button. One press on. Okay, whenever you want to speak alone, unmute. So show that the function given by f of x is equal to 7x minus 3 is a strictly increasing function on R. So first thing, whenever you want to speak about the increasing or decreasing function, the thing that you need to know is the domain and the range. So you need to know the domain and the, most importantly, domain, not even the range. Okay. So if you observe, the domain for this function 7x minus 3 is going to be real number system itself. Basically, what does 7x minus 3 on a graph sheet represent? It is a linear equation in two variables. It's a straight line, right? And for a straight line, if you observe, this is of the form y is equal to mx plus c. So when the slope is positive, obviously it should be an increasing function, right? You are able to compare m is 7. It's a positive value. So it will be an increasing function. But we will prove it mathematically. Look at the way I'm going to write. I'll solve it in two ways. So when I take two values x1 comma x2 which belong to the domain set, I'll take two values of x1 and x2 which belong to the domain set. Okay. So if I take x1 to be less than x2, right, then 7x1 minus 3, right, volume reduce. So listen, x1 is less than x2, multiply with 7 on both the sides. So what will you have? 7x1 is less than 7x2. Subtract 3 on both the sides. 7x1 minus 3 is less than 7x1 minus 2. So basically this is f of x1 and this is f of x2. So if you observe, f of x1 is less than f of x2. That's what the condition for strictly increase. Sorry, x2 minus 3. So when x1 is less than x2 and f of x1 is less than f of x2 simultaneously, it becomes a strictly increasing function. This is one way of proving. Okay, but mostly we'll not use this since it's the starting. We try to use this method. Right. All that we will be using is if you take y is equal to 7x minus 3, then what is dy by dx? It is going to be 7. So slope of this particular function is greater than 0. So when dy by dx is greater than 0, what will happen? It is obviously going to be a strictly increasing function. Are you able to understand? So if you use this method, you have to write in these many steps. If you use differentiation, you can solve it in one step. So dy by dx is equal to 7, which is a value strictly greater than 0. It is not even equal to 0, right? It's greater than 0. Hence, it's a strictly increasing function. So how is the graph going to look like? It is very simple, right? So 7x plus 7x minus 3. So 3 is going to be the intercept. Sorry, 0 comma minus 3. It will be the intercept and this will be the line. So here it will be y is equal to 7x minus 3. Is that point clear? To those who are online, am I audible? Is my
Yes,
voice
sir.
clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So clear with both the methods? Actually, three methods. One is the first definition, second is differentiation, third is graphical analysis. So this is actually three ways of solving. Right? Shall I proceed? It's a repeated question. No. This is what theorem says. Listen. The theorem 1 says, let f be a continuous function. Okay. Let f be a continuous function on the closed interval a to b and differentiable on the open interval a comma b. Meaning it is not differentiable at a and b. Except the endpoints, it is differentiable everywhere. So we know the condition for any function to be differentiable. The first thing is it needs to satisfy the condition of being continuous. Okay. Next. So you can say f is a strictly increasing function in the interval a comma b. That is the domain value. If f dash of x is greater than 0, that is what I gave you. Right. Similarly, it is strictly decreasing in this interval if f dash of x is less than 0. Suppose f is a constant function, then what will happen? If f is a constant function, then it will be a line which is parallel to x-axis. What is the slope of a line which is parallel to x-axis? 0. That is why f dash of x is 0. Is the point clear? So that's what theorem number 1 states. Based on this, the problem that they are expecting you to do is this one. See, theorem 1, I took it from your textbook only, but since I already explained the concept, let's concentrate on problem. Okay. Show that the function f given by f of x is equal to x cube minus 3x square plus 4x is, what should I show? Increasing or decreasing? Can you check the textbook? I missed it. It is increasing, no? It is increasing in the domain. So for that, what I will do is first I'll find f dash of x. So what is f dash of x? 3x square minus 6x plus 4. Am I right? Did I miss anything? Check the question. Is this right? X cube minus 3x square plus 4x. That's it, no? Okay. So 3x square minus 6x plus 4. Okay. So this can I write it as 3x square minus 6x plus 3 plus 1. So in this part, can I take out the 3 common? So 3 into x square minus 2x plus 1 plus a 1. Basically, what is this? It is x minus 1 the whole square. So 3 into x minus 1 the whole square plus 1. So what is the meaning of this? This is a positive value and 1 by default is a positive value. The sum of two positive values will always be greater than 0, irrespective of whatever is the value of x you are going to substitute. So f dash of x is always greater than 0 for all values of x that belongs to R. For all values of x that belongs to. Am I clear with this? Hence, it is a strictly increasing function. I'm back and clear? Shall I proceed? So example number 9. Prove that the function given by f of x is equal to cos x is strictly decreasing on 0 to pi, strictly increasing on pi to 2 pi, and neither increasing nor decreasing between 0 to 2 pi. So what is the function here? F of x is equal to cos x. So as I told you, right, the first thing that we need to know is what is the domain of this function. So what is the domain of cos x? All real numbers. You can substitute any real number, cos x has a value, right? And its value is going to range between -1 to 1, right? But if you see, the question is restricted between 0 to 2 pi. So since the domain of this function belongs to R, I know that cos x is continuous in the interval 0 to 2 pi. Why did I choose 0 to 2 pi? Because it is entered in the question. So between 0 to 2 pi, I'm going to take, right? And I also know that cos x is differentiable in open interval 0 to 2 pi. It is differentiable. Okay, because the left hand derivative will be coming out to be equal to the right hand derivative. Am I clear with those points? Right. If this is satisfied, what is that we need to check? We need to check whether f dash of x is greater than 0 or less than 0. So if f of x is sin x, then f dash of x will be minus sin x. Now the question is, I'll break it into two parts. So if I talk about an increasing function, so if I talk about an increasing function, minus sin x is greater than 0. Then what will happen to sin x? It will be less than 0. So where is sin x decreasing? Where is sin x going to be negative? Sin x is negative in the third and fourth quadrant. Concentrate on sin x, forget about cos x. Because don't concentrate on when cos x is negative, concentrate on when the derivative of it is negative. So third and fourth quadrant. When I say third and fourth quadrant, the value of x belongs to why didn't I include pi and 2 pi? Because sin pi and sin 2 pi are 0. If you see, the inequality strictly says it is strictly less than 0. So I should not take the equal to sign into consideration. Am I clear with that point? So in this interval, what is going to happen to cos x? Listen, this is where the confusion will start. Here we wrote the derivative of sin x, right? It comes out to be pi to 2 pi. So between pi to 2 pi, the function is increasing. But which function is increasing? It is cos x. I've seen people getting confused between cos x and sin x. So cos x is increasing, and that is what they asked in point number B. Similarly, for strictly decreasing, what should be the condition? F dash of x should be less than 0. So minus sin x should be less than 0. So sin x should be greater than 0. X belongs to, where is it positive? 0 to. X belongs to 0 to. Is the point clear? So this is where it is going to be strictly decreasing. So since between 0 to 2 pi, it is decreasing and then increasing. In this interval of 0 to 2 pi, we say it is neither increasing nor a decreasing function. Meaning of it is, when you look at the graph looks like this. This is the graph for cos x. Okay. This value is 0, this value is pi by 2, this value is pi, and this value is 3 pi by 2, and this value will be 2 pi. Am I clear with this? Clear with this? So between 0 to pi, if you observe, the function is decreasing, and from pi to 2 pi, it is increasing. That's what the meaning is. Okay, make a note of it. Finished? Example 10. Find the intervals in which the function f given by f of x is equal to x square minus 4x plus 6 is strictly increasing and strictly decreasing. So what is f dash of x? It is 2x minus 4. So for strictly increasing, what we can do is f dash of x will be greater than 0, which implies 2x minus 4 is greater than 0, or I can say x is greater than 2. Correct? Similarly, for strictly decreasing, f dash of x will be lesser than 0. So 2x minus 4 is less than 0, which implies x is less than 2. So for strictly increasing, we write x belongs to 2 to infinity, and for strictly decreasing, we say x belongs to minus infinity to 2. So what happens exactly at 2? At 2, f dash of x will be equal to 0. Okay. So these are the intervals which they have asked. Okay. So make a note of this. இந்த क्वेश्चन அந்த மாதிரி பண்ணிரும். புக்ல ஸ்ட்ரிக்ட்லின்னு கொடுக்கலன்னு they would have used close bracket. அங்க என்ன கொடுத்திருக்கான்? க்ளோஸ் பிராக்கெட் போட்டிருக்கா, ஓபன் பிராக்கெட்? ஓபன் போட்டிருக்கா. பட் தட் should be corrected. It is strictly increasing. ஓபன் போட்டா ஸ்ட்ரிக்ட்லி வந்துரும். க்ளோஸ்ட் போட்டா தான் வரும். Okay. So once go to that theorem and check. Theorem 1, what is given in your textbook? In revise, did they change anything? Okay. So is this the same theorem given the revised textbook? Correct. Strictly in போட்டிருக்காங்க. So that is why according to this book they changed it. But actually speaking, இதுதான் correct. I don't know why they changed it. Okay. So if that is the case, if we have to go as per NCERT, we'll understand that there is no concept of strictly increasing. Increasing அப்படின்னு சொன்னாலே it should be greater than 0. See, I didn't go through this book yet, but I'm repeating it. இதுதான் correct concept. Okay, this is the correct one. But anyways, let me analyze with 4-5 problems, then we'll conclude. So if according to this textbook, there is nothing like strictly increasing. If they mean increasing and strictly increasing to be the same, we'll not be using greater than or equal to at all. They have given it, no? That's okay. So they have cut down 3 graphs. They gave it, no? Yes. Where have they given? Because he asked me a question now, no? The same problem, how have they given the answer? Did they use open bracket or close bracket? உந்தன பழைய புக்க புது புக்கடா? அதுலயும் ஓபன் பிராக்கெட் தான் இருக்கா? ஆனா ஸ்ட்ரிக்ட்லின் இருக்கா, வெறும் இன்க்ரீசிங் இருக்கா? வெறும் இன்க்ரீசிங். So what we'll do is while solving, we'll keep checking the answers at the back. See, this confusion has always been there. I don't know why this NCERT is seeing it for years. They confuse with this increasing and strictly increasing. But இது வந்து concept wise you people are clear, no? Okay, let us do an analysis of textbook and we'll go accordingly. And after that, second thing I would suggest you is confirm with your teachers once what they want. I don't want you to lose internal marks because of this confusion. So each teacher will have a different perspective. Since your internal marks are also important, go with what your teacher is telling. But conceptually, what we discussed is right. I'm stressing on that point. Okay. See here also it is given strictly increasing and strictly decreasing. Find the intervals in which the function given by 4x cube minus 6x square minus 7x plus 30. See, I'll just tell you what is the meaning of it. But before that, let me explain this question to you proper. I'll tell what it means. See, this x square minus 4x plus 6 is there now. What shape will it take on a graph sheet? What kind of a parabola is it? Upward or downward? It is an upward parabola. How did you see? Because the coefficient of x square is positive. Okay. So what we need to do is there are two ways to draw this. One is if you are able to factorize this, right? You can factorize this and write down the factors. You will be able to understand what are the roots. Right? X square minus 4x plus 6. Or what we can do is see this x square minus 4x plus 4 plus 2. Can I write it like this? So what is this thing? Is it not x minus 2 the whole square plus 2? Right. So I'll explain something. Listen carefully. Okay. I need some space. Okay. Forget this problem. I'm just concentrating on x square minus 4x plus 6. So what did I write it as? X minus 2 the whole square plus 2. You understood how I wrote it. So this x minus 2, I'll consider it as capital X. So if I write this as capital X square, okay, if I write this as capital X, see, if I have y is equal to x square, how is the graph? It is an upward parabola where the vertex will be at origin. I hope you know this. Okay. So instead of capital X square, I took it as small x square for your understanding and wrote it. So to this x square, if I add a 2, meaning if I write y is equal to capital X square plus 2. Okay, let me take this as capital X itself. I hope this part is clear. Now I'm going step by step. I'm first drawing the graph for capital X square. This is clear. I need confirmation from everyone. Right. So x square plus 2 means every value will get shifted by 2 units in the upward direction. So the graph will look like this. It will get shifted by 2 units. But remember, this capital X is actually not equal to small x. This is small x. This is y. So what is happening in this problem is you have x square plus 2. The third part is this x minus 2. So x minus 2 means the graph will actually get shifted to the right by 2 units. Okay. So this point is 2, 0. What did we get the interval as? I don't remember which minus. See, don't tell me the answer. I'll tell you. So minus infinity to 2, and we got it as 2 to infinity. I drew the graph, right? Now you yourself tell me, minus infinity to 2, what kind of function is it? Is that what we got? Is that what we got? So here, what is it? Now you're able to understand the logic. So exactly at 2, what is going to happen is, it is taking a turn. To be more specific, I told you, there is a fifth exercise called as maxima minima. Meaning, if a function first decreases and then increases, imagine a roller coaster. So first, you're going down and coming up. You're going to the minimum point and coming in the other side. So this is called as a minimum point. So at this point, what will happen is, if you draw a tangent, the tangent will be exactly parallel to the x-axis. Okay, that is the reason why at the point of minimum we write this equal to 0. So what is actual meaning of increasing is strictly increasing combined with the point of minima or maxima is what is increasing. That is why I'm not taking greater than or equal to 0. So since in my question they told me, the one which I displayed here, they told strictly increasing and strictly decreasing, I took open intervals. Now you're able to understand when we should take and when we should not take. I'm trying to explain the concept. Are you able to understand this graph, how it has come? See, it's not necessary that you need to draw it, but this is the inner meaning of it. Are you able to visualize what I'm saying? Clear? Right. So now have this in your mind. Whenever we are trying to solve the problem, you use your logic. Let's not go blindly with the answer. We'll use our logic and think whether we are right or not. Is that clear? So if you want, you can make a note of this graph. If there is any doubt, let me know. So you know when to shift the graph to the left and right? When? So here, why did I shift it to the 2 units upwards? Because the y value is increasing by 2. So if you see x minus 2 the whole square plus 2, if I treat this to be the initial y value, for each y value that is getting generated, 2 units is getting shifted in the upward direction. Whereas when I take this x minus 2 the whole square, the logic that I used is, what value of x am I supposed to substitute so that I get 2, so that I get a 0? I'll substitute 2. That is why I shifted 2 units to the right. Understood? Had it been x plus 2 the whole square, I would have shifted it to the left. X plus 2 when will this give me a 0? X plus 2 the whole square, what value of x am I supposed to substitute for me to get a 0? Appo 2 unit left shift. Strictly na verum greater than 6. Strictly use pannalana greater than or equal to 6. Another 2 to infinity increase. This x value x to 2 and the infinity variable, the function is increasing. And the 2 value the differentiate pandradhanaala adanaல தான் திருப்பி stress பண்றேன். I've seen people get, so differentiation வேற domain value வேற புரிஞ்சு. Are you all clear with this? Shall I proceed? So, shall I proceed? Okay. Now we'll look at the 11th problem. I don't know how the question is in the revised textbook. Did they use the word strictly? No. Because I have the doubt, because if you look at the graphs also, right? I showed you the graph for increasing and decreasing. No, they cut those graphs also. I showed 5 graphs actually. They gave only 3. And the strictly they didn't use it. Strictly, okay. Yeah, they use the word strictly increasing and strictly decreasing. Okay. And what is the third one? It's for constant. Neither increasing nor decreasing. Okay. I don't know why they conceptually changed everything, but I'll see. Find the intervals in which the function f is given by f of x is equal to 4x cube minus 6x square minus 72x plus 30 is strictly increasing. So what is f dash of x? 12x square minus 12x minus 72. So what is common? 12 into x square minus x minus 6. Right. 12 into, can I write this as x minus x minus 3 into x plus 2. Right. So this value will be greater than 0 for strictly increasing. So I'll write it as SI, strictly increasing. Okay. Now, if you take this x minus 3 into x plus 2, what you need to do is take a number line, take the endpoints. When will x minus 3 become 0? When you substitute x is equal to 3. So take 3 here. When will x plus 2 become 0? When you substitute x is equal to minus 2. Am I clear with this? Now listen. So when you substitute a value of x less than minus 2, for example, if you substitute minus 3, if you substitute minus 3 in this inequality, this is going to be negative and this is also going to be negative. For example, minus 3 means this is minus 6, this is minus 1. So minus into minus will be plus. So anything Any value of x substituted on the left of -2 will give me a positive value of y, positive value of this inequality. Am I clear with this? Any value between -2 to 3, best number is 0. Take and substitute it. So -3 into 2. So it is going to give me negative value. So any value between -2 to 3 will give me negative value. Any value greater than 3, take 4. 4 minus 3 is positive. 4 plus 2 is also positive. Positive into positive is positive. So this number line is clearly telling me the values of x for which this inequality will take positive signs and the inequality will take negative signs. So where will this inequality take positive sign? So it starts from -infinity to -2 and 3 to infinity. So within this range, it is going to be strictly increasing. Right. So what about strictly decreasing? So x minus 3 into x plus 2 is less than 0, which implies x belongs to -2 to 3. Means I need to substitute those values of x in this inequality, which will always generate a negative value. So it is between -2 to 3. Is that point clear? So please check the answer once and tell me if there is any change. Open bracket then use பண்ணிருக்கேன். But is the question have they asked strictly or only increasing? Okay, according to new book, increasing means strictly increasing. Clear? Did you all finish this? Okay. Can you try the next problem? If it is trigonometry, don't try. If it is algebraic problem, try it. Then leave it. Go to the next. Sir, exercise learn two. Exercise. Look at the first algebraic problem and then do it. It's a polynomial. Which one is the third? Simple problem. By looking at it, can you tell me whether it is increasing or decreasing? Increasing. Increasing or decreasing? So how did you say? 3x plus 17 again a straight line. What is the slope? Slope is 3 greater than 0. So it's strictly increasing function. Right? It's very easy. Like look for some polynomial. Is there any? Okay, try that. Try for 2x square minus 3x. Which problem number? 4. Okay. Can someone read the question, please? Find the. Okay, according to this book, increasing and decreasing means strictly increasing and strictly decreasing. Okay. So even in boards, you can follow the same pattern. Those who are online are able to do?
Doing sir.
Yes. So do the fourth problem from exercise.
Okay, sir.
So it's very simple, no? You will get x greater, for strictly increasing, you should get between 3 by 4 to infinity. And for decreasing, you will get from minus infinity to 3 by 4. Panitya. Correct, Ada? Did you check the answer? Everything is an open, right? So what is help on backside answer? Is there any question which has a closed bracket? Either a closed bracket or less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, nothing of that sort. Okay, I think they see. I'll tell you why they would have done it, because in MCQs, right? If they forget to give increasing, right, they're giving two options to be correct. They did it last year and all. There was a confusion of that sort existing. That is why now they removed that word. They removed the confusion between increasing and strictly increasing. So this year, increasing means strictly increasing. That's what you need to, nothing else. Okay. Sort of. See, except trigonometry problems, algebraic problems, keep solving it. Is there anyone having doubt in fourth one? Clear? Everyone got? Can you call it? You got it? Huh? What is the answer? X belongs to minus infinity to 3 by 4. For decreasing or increasing? It's same. However, we do like equal to and use panading. So from the concept that I taught you, forget about greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 0. They have actually simplified your job. It's good for you. Okay. Conceptually, I'm not satisfied, but okay. At least you will have clarity. Right. Veru, if they didn't use the word strictly also, the answer is C. So equal to a kadayadu. Right? So by now you should have got the steps to be followed, right? Function, differentiate, increasing greater than 0, decreasing less than 0. That's it. So algebraic, you can solve it. Maximum you will have third degree, right? Do you have a fourth degree polynomial given? If at all, that is because if you differentiate a fourth degree, you will get a third degree. You know, you need to know how to handle it. Fourth degree, third degree, then you need to solve it using something called a synthetic division. I'll teach you. Like, is there any constant associated with it? Is it 13th? X power 100 plus, so you'll have 900x power 99 plus cos x minus 1. So on which of the following intervals is the function f of x? So 100 into x power 99 now. So different cos x different sin x differentiate panna cos x varum. So cos x would arrange another. It will vary between -1 to 1. So -1 to 1 la irukumbodhu 100 multiplied with any value idu vandu onnonna da substitute panni paakkom. Onnonna you have to take a random number, plug it here and check. It's an MCQ based question. You cannot directly solve it. Solra puriyudha enna? So between 0 to 1 is take half, substitute and check. Okay. Pi by 2 to pi means, so pi by 2 is 3.14 by 2. 5 by 2 you can take only for trigonometry. Whereas for x you cannot take it. Another radian. So pi by 2 will be 3.14 by 2. That's the substitute one. So on the take one number. That's the substitute pani 0 to pi by 2. Open interval, close interval. Then you check, you will get the answer. You try it. If you don't get, we'll see. So I repeat, don't do any trigonometry based problem. Okay. So is the concept clear? Right? Tomorrow we don't have class. Okay, I thought I'll solve problems tomorrow. But we'll see. Anyway, the recorded videos cannot help you because they've changed a lot of questions. Sorry. I'll see what best can be done. Or else we'll solve it on Monday also, not an issue. Sorry. Clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Then we'll wind up.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.